welcome to Lilybug's Library. So we're going to talk today about summer ending. So we're not quite there yet. We still have some time, but I know some people enjoy the fall and are really happy when summer ends, and some people cling to their margaritas and don't want to give it up. So either way, it does end up coming to an end eventually. So I decided we'd celebrate it with all books that basically talk about summer ending. And it's in the title of each book. So let's get started. Some of these ones are, um they're all ones I found. They are not all ones I would necessarily read. Not because I think they're bad or anything, but because they wouldn't be my type of book, but they might be yours. So the first one is by Mary Alice Monroe, and it's called The Summer's End. And it is the third in a trilogy. So you'd have to go back and start with the first one, of course. But it takes people to Sullivan's Island in South Carolina, and it's Summer's End and Seabreeze, the family's beloved estate, must be sold. It's an emotional time of transition as Mama and the three sisters each must face loss and find a new place in the world. Harper, the youngest sister, arrives at Seabreeze, intending to stay only a weekend, but a rift with her wealthy, influential mother leaves her without direction or a home. So during this remarkable summer, free from her mother's tyranny and with the help of her half-sisters, Harper discovers her talents and independent spirit. But summer is ending, and the fate of Seabreeze hinges on her courage to decide the course of her own life. So that sounds really good. So the next one is called When Summer Ends. If you look at the cover, it looks like maybe she's not dealing with summer ending very well. We'll see. It says Chloe Henderson has never been one to break the rules or push the boundaries, but during her summer break, she and her friends used fake IDs to sneak into a club. It's there that she meets handsome and alluring bartender Will Morris. The pair hit it off immediately, growing closer with each passing day. But as with every summer, it has to end sometime. Chloe's senior year approaches, and there's a shock in store when she returns to do her final year at school. Will is there too, but he's not one of her fellow students. Okay, so it sounds like maybe he's the teacher. That's awkward, to say the least. The next one is by Danielle Steele, and it's called Summer's End. And it says Deanna believes she had everything she ever wanted: diamonds, a beautiful home, a handsome, successful husband who adored her. But Mark Edward led a jet set life as an international lawyer, and for 3 months, summer, Deanna would be alone until Ben found her, and together they found happiness on sun drenched beaches. But they knew their dream had to end. They also knew that they couldn't live without each other. But Deanna and Ben hadn't foreseen the devastating changes that would happen to them by the time they faced summer's end. All right, so I'm not fond of cheating books, but that kind of sounds like that maybe is what that one is. The next one is called At Summer's End. And it says when an ambitious female artist accepts an unexpected commission at a powerful earl's country estate in 1920s England, she finds his war-torn family crumbling under the weight of long-kept secrets. From debut author Courtney Ellis comes a captivating novel about finding the courage to heal after the ravages of war. So that sounds good. And the next one's by Lori Foster, and it's called Sisters of Summer's End. So it's number 2 in the Summer Resort series. So it says, as the job ends, friendship begins. When single mom Joy Lee abandons her old life to take a job at a lakeside resort, she finds something that her family's wealth and influence could never buy: peace of mind. Not easy to come by for the once burned divorcee who keeps everyone at a distance. But when her new friend Maris dares her to take a chance with the drive-in's charismatic new owner, everything changes for Joy and her young son. A difficult child has left Marvis Kennedy with definite priorities. Her job running Summer's End, the camp store and cafe, comes first, always. Nothing could ever make her risk that hard-won security, especially not her free-spirited colleague. But the more she encourages Joy to open herself up to new experiences, the more Maris begins to wonder what she too might be missing. That sounds interesting. Kind of reminds me a bit of Sullivan's Creek, I think it's called. So the next one is called Summer's End. Are you sensing a theme here? And this one is number 5 in a Shady Hollow series. And it says a unique take on dark academia featuring everyone's favorite vulpine sleuth, Vera Vixen. It's late August in Shady Hollow, and the heat has intrepid reporter Vera Vixen eager to get away. She's agreed to chaperone the annual field trip to Summer's End, an ancient tomb built by an early woodland culture, along with her good friend Lenore Lee to come with her. But when the two enter the tomb, they find bones that are distinctly more modern. Digging a little deeper, Vera and Lenore discover that the deceased was involved in a recent excavation at the site, and very unpopular with their colleagues. Now the Fox and Raven have to delve into the dark world of academia and archaeology to determine which creature thought they were clever enough to get away with the perfect murder. And I'm not sure why. I haven't read any of the series, so I'm not sure why they call them Fox and Raven. I don't know if it's like a shifter book or if it's just their nicknames. The next one is called When Summer Ends, and it's by Jessica Pennington. And it says Aiden Emerson is an all-star pitcher and an all-round golden boy of Riverton, or at least he was before he quit the team the last day of junior year without any explanation. How could he tell people he's losing his vision at 17? Straight-laced Olivia thought she had life all figured out, but when her dream internship falls apart, her estranged mother comes back into her life, and her longtime boyfriend ghosts her right before summer break, she's starting to think fate has a weird sense of humor. Each struggling to find a new direction, Aiden and Olivia decide to live summer by chance. Every fleeting adventure and stolen kiss as fragile as the coin flip in this heartfelt journey to love and self-discovery. So that one sounds really interesting. It's not often that you hear about a teenager losing his sight, so it's like different. The next one is by Susan Mallory, and it's called Before Summer Ends. Nissa Lang knows that Desmond Stilling is beyond her reach. The man is the manager of a large company. She is just a school teacher. The man is striking looking. She, not so much. So when a planned houseguarding job is unexpectedly canceled and Desmond offers her a place to live for the summer, she swears to herself not to reveal how she's felt about him since their first and only kiss. Desmond should have known there was no point in bringing temptation under his roof. He decided a long time ago that his best friend's sister was too cute and good for him. Nissa deserves a man who can give her his heart. It's for her well-being that Desmond has stayed away from her. But when her laugh brings his lonely villa to life, he's not sure how long he can resist the temptation. So that sounds like a sweet romance. So the next one's by Olivia Miles, and it's just called Summer's End, and it's number 2 of the Evening Island series. Says the Taylor sisters spent every summer at their family's lake house, but as they grew up, they also grew apart. Now, in honor of their late mother's wishes, they reunite on Evening Island, each hoping to find the best part of themselves they'd left behind. Kim is just weeks away from what should be her dream wedding, but as the big day draws closer, her doubts only grow stronger. Some time away may be just the thing she needs to help clear her head or change her heart. Heather has always been the reliable sister, but a recent divorce has made everything feel uncertain. When a second chance with an old flame comes along, she must decide if a summer love can last a lifetime. And then the last sister says Andrea's career is her top priority, even if her heart is no longer in it. When her boss suggests a vacation, a couple of weeks on the island leads to the inspiration she was searching for, and not just for work. So this sounds really good. And I love the cover, the bicycle with the flowers in the basket and stuff. It just looks really cute and really reminds you of summer. So the next one, and I think this is one, I'm not sure if this one is urban fantasy or if this one possibly is horror. But anyway, it's called Summer's End, and it's by Lisa Morton. So it says, when Lisa Morton, author of the Halloween Encyclopedia, is called in to consult on a recent discovery of a 1,500-year-old Celtic manuscript, she's at first excited about the light this monumental find might shed on Samhain, the mysterious Celtic precursor to Halloween. Conor O'Kuhn, the Irish archaeologist who excavated the manuscript, thinks it reveals ancient magic. Lisa is skeptical until people around her begin dying. Dr. Wilson Armitage, the university professor who was translating the manuscript, is torn apart by wild animals. Or was he actually attacked by vicious Cid, the malicious Celtic spirits that wreak havoc every Samhain? As October 31st approaches, the border between our realm and one of murderous spirits begins to dissolve. Can Lisa survive Halloween night and use her knowledge to set the world right again? And it's funny, I don't see on the cover. Oh, it looks like it says, yeah, it says Lisa Morton on the cover, and yet it talks about Lisa Morton as being the main character. So maybe this, I'm not sure. So I'm not sure who the author actually is, but we can look that up. So the next one is called By Summer's End. And it says, when Holly Holton is willed a house by her great uncle she met only one time, she's confused but happy. As guardian to her 15-year-old half-sister, with whom she doesn't get along, she hopes that moving will be a catalyst for change in their relationship. The young women fall in love with their new home, but unfortunately are unaware of a condition of home ownership that may destroy their newfound happiness. Much is at stake, particularly for Holly and handsome neighbor Ryan McCaw. The two develop feelings for one another, but will a series of obstacles prevent the two from finding happiness together, or will God assure a happy ending for all? So that sounds interesting. And the next one looks pretty scary. It's called Summer's End, and it says, one terrifying summer can stay with you forever. It's the summer before high school, and Jacob and his friends are determined to make it a memorable one. This may be the last couple of months they have together. Once school starts, they'll be going their separate ways. Achiro's family is moving to Japan, and while Jacob and the twins, Hayden and Hannah, are staying behind in Vailton, they'll be going to different high schools. When they discover an old abandoned home on a remote island of their Muskoka community, things suddenly take an unexpected turn. The kids find themselves inexplicably drawn to the house that had once been a sanatorium for children with tuberculosis and learn that it has some haunting secrets to hide. So it doesn't look as though it's a middle grade or YA, but sounds like it could be. I don't know. The next one and the last one is called Home at Summer's End. And it's number 4 in the Full Blood Farm series by Alice Murray. And it says Rose Anderson is done with being known as the nice one in the small town of Northern California where she lives. She's done with playing 3rd, 5th, 7th wheel at loud gatherings on her family's flower farm. And most of all, she's done with the pitying looks and well-meaning comments she gets about her single status from the way too interested townsfolk. Colin McKittrick is trying to keep calm, so what if he quit a steady TV gig for a shot at his dream, was dumped by his superstar girlfriend, and having just read the 15th script rewrite, is now convinced this movie is going to be career-ending. It's all about perspective. And when he meets the beautiful Rose Anderson, he can't believe his luck. She'll help him fix his lines, pose for a few shots to make his ex jealous, and all for the bargain price of a few fake dates. So that one sounds really good. I would like to read that one. I think that would be interesting. I like the fake dating trope. So lots of summer end books. Some kind of a little scary maybe, some romantic, some about family and found family. So they all sound, really interesting. So if you're looking for a way to end your summer, maybe you can find something in those that you might like. Before I leave you, I had said before in one of my videos I was going to try to do better with, remembering some of the things I said I was going to start doing. So I'm going to do what I'm listening to, watching, reading, that sort of thing. So what we've been watching, Ugliest House in America. So we've kind of been binge watching it. We've watched quite a few of them now, and just love the show. Oh my goodness. It's amazing to me what people will decorate with. I mean, some of them I get, like, okay, it hasn't been updated since the 70s, and you've got the Harvest Gold fridge and all those sort of things. Carpet throughout and, things like that. And those I kind of understand. But some of them, I mean, doors that lead nowhere and stairs that kind of are not in the right places and walls that don't go all the way up and big rocks in the center of your living room, and yeah, I mean, just crazy things. So that's been a lot of fun to watch. What I'm listening to right now, I'm listening to Sisters of Fortune, which has been good so far. I'm not quite halfway through it. And I've been listening to a lot of different videos on health issues. What I've been creating, still working on a diamond painting that I started ages ago. It's been a challenging one because it has a lot of dark areas, so like dark blues and purples and dark greens and black, and so it's a challenge to make sure you have good light that you can see what you're doing. And for anyone who doesn't know, with diamond painting, it's basically a piece of canvas, or I'm trying to think what mine is. Plastic canvas, some type of canvas. And you have little tiny gems, and you have a little stick that you pick them up with, that has a little bit of like sticky tack type stuff on it. And you pick up each gem and you put it in the spot where it has the number for it. So it's kind of like paint by number, only with little gem sort of things. And it can't do much of it at a time. It's too hard on the back and the neck and all those things. But this one, yeah, it's been a challenge to make sure. I've even got a light table and still trying to see, what the different colors are. Takes a minute. And then what I'm reading, I've been reading, just started yesterday, The Trials of Lila Dalton, which is coming out, I think, the 20th of this month. Oh, that's 2 days. Goodness, that's really soon. And then Wonderful Husband and I are still reading When the World Fell Silent, and we're about halfway through that. So both of those so far have been really good. So that's been a pleasure to listen to those. Um, and what I'm looking forward to, I guess this week it is probably.
It's probably enjoying that last bit of summer. So that's what I plan on doing. So hope you have a great day, friends. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.